You're listening to Thoughtful Wellness Revolution with Zara and Hien, where we believe wellness isn't wellness if it's just for you. Today, you're listening to a preview of a bonus episode. Before we get started, remember to give us a 5-star rating and review. Let's get into it.
So welcome to our little bonus interview portion with our lovely friends, Zay and Nichole, who are our student activists. While we had broke between our main and our bonus, you talked a little bit about the teachers. What's going on with the teachers that you know of? Are they leaving? Are they liking school? What kind of issues are we seeing?
So our GSA sponsor right now, she is an English teacher, but because of all the bills and this laws being passed with anti-trans and anti-gay, she's no longer going to be teaching and is moving away from Florida.
And she's not the first teacher I've heard about this from. I know a lot of teachers are leaving in general. Nichole and I heard, I'm not sure if it's because of LGBT in general, but I do know a lot of our teachers are leaving. We were just told during a ACT boot camp thing that we had to wait outside a very long time for, because there was no teachers to do it because everybody was leaving. Everybody was getting ready to just go. There was no teachers. Everybody was just, nobody's really coming back next year. And honestly, I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised at all. And a lot of the queer teachers or ally teachers that I've heard from are not coming back. I believe Stavdal's not our old GSA sponsor. I believe she might not be coming back next year. I'm not sure, but I remember having a conversation with her. I'm not sure if it's because she lives far away or if it's because she's not coming back next year, but I can't remember. It's one of the two.
I don't think she lives that far. I think it's because of everything that's going on, yeah. And the unfortunate thing is, since Nichole and I are seniors and we're graduating, our GSA club next year, we are passing it down, but there is no officers who are younger currently. We are all seniors. So the people who are going to run it after us are younger, and which I'm very excited for. But it is always very worrying because especially everything that's going on with Florida now that our GSA sponsor is leaving, having to pick up the pieces to find a new sponsor before the next school year with a whole new set of officers for these kids who have no clue on how to really pick things up. For me in junior year, I had no clue how to pick a club up. I had to completely start it from scratch. It took me months, a very long time to even set it up. And I had been wanting to do it the year before that as well. It took me a very long time. And I'm just very worried that if next year, if it doesn't get set up on time, it's not going to happen at all because of all the laws that are being passed.
Absolutely. And I think that's kind of the intention of Ron DeSantis, Alicia Barron, all of these Moms for Liberty people. The goal is to overrun the public school system, also the public healthcare system, but that's a different conversation, but the public school system, so that it is hard to rebuild these programs. It does take longer. Kids don't feel as safe. And it's when your sponsor is leaving and you have to start a new program, it's harder to feel safe in that space. And those kids are not necessarily out, and to find a space where you feel accepted and you trust who's in charge of it, because supposing they put a Mom for Liberty in charge of it next year, you know what I mean? A behind the scenes, we've seen in North Carolina, that woman who ran under the Democratic Party and switched parties, you know what I mean? We don't exactly know what their plan is. So it is really frustrating to see that.
Thank Thank you for listening to the Thoughtful Wellness Revolution podcast. For the full episode and more bonus content, you can go to thoughtfulwellnessrevolution.substack.com and subscribe for only $5 a month.